Hello. In this video, I'd like to introduce you to the interface of ArcNet. There have been a few changes since the last version of this video, so I'd like to run through these rather quickly now. Why don't we start close to the bottom with the research bar. You'll notice if you haven't done a search already, it's flagged with this big banner that says Start Research Here, and this is your anywhere search bar. So if you type something in here, it will find it if it appears anywhere within the record. And here, for example, we're going to see that it returns a very large set of materials. So we'll return to this in just a moment in the next part of this video, but the magnifying glass icon launches your search, and the clear button corresponds to your search box, so that's what clears it. Here you see the up and down arrows. These are consistent throughout ArcNet, as well as the left to right browsing arrows, which will flip your home page or your featured collections or whatever you happen to be in. So now let's look at the more important menu in ArcNet. We'll go across the top, and we'll start from the left. This is a button that always takes you back to the home page. So even if you've gone into Timeline, we'll look at it in just a minute, and browse to something, you click that button, it takes you home. Research brings up the advanced search and the filters, allows you to conduct much more specific and faceted searches, and we'll look at that. Here you see our results for Cairo, but we'll look at that in just a moment. When this first opens, if you've not conducted a search already, it will open with our featured items. Those are changed regularly, usually once a week, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on what there is to feature. More on the research functions in ArcNet in a subsequent video. Timeline takes you through, and there will also be another video on this, takes you through a dynastic history of Islamic architecture, the development of Islamic architecture. Collections is simply the major collections or major groups of items in ArcNet divided by categories. The box to the very far left scrolls through a series of featured collections that we think are of particular interest. They will scroll automatically, or you can move between them. Say you want to go to the last and then back to the first by clicking the corresponding buttons, or actually the second. This will also scroll automatically the moment that you move your mouse up into that zone, or you can use the directional arrow buttons. And as you can see here, these are categorized by their type. So we have collections that are regional surveys, collections that are publications, collections that are architects' archives, etc. And you simply click into one of those, and there's an introduction, and then you click in to actually view the collection. Resources contains the same things, but alphabetically. So this is very handy if you know what you're looking for, or you're not sure how it might be categorized. You can simply scroll through the list alphabetically. If you position your mouse over an item, you'll get an icon that indicates exactly what it is. Here you can see this is a publication in Arabic. Here you can see this is a collection of old photographs of Iraq, etc. Pedagogy is our newest collection, and that is a set of resources for teaching and learning about Islamic architecture, the built environment of Muslim societies, and related topics. So you simply click into here, and you can go into, and you can see we have some PowerPoint presentations that you can download, manipulate, edit, and use in your class. We have syllabi. These are syllabi that have been taught in the classroom, used in the classroom. We have publications that deal with the subject of pedagogy, and a video. The next button over is the Agakon Historic Cities program. This is also a collection, but this interface allows you to take a short little walk through one of the Agakon Historic Cities programs, the Al-Azhar Park in Cairo, while it presents you with various topics within this collection. So You can click on any of these. Let's say you're interested in urban regeneration, and that will take you to the collection. If you're not particularly interested in that interface, you do have, as long as you're at the top, you do have this list of items on the side, and that remains available to you by scrolling over to it. Finally, you have the Historic Cities program, and this is a scrollable way to go through the so far 12, the 13th cycle being released this year, cycles of the Agakon Award for Architecture. And this is a visual interface. It changes as you click through. We're still in the 12th cycle. They're 3-year cycles, so and if you scroll over, you will get a pop-up that tells you what the item is. So now we move down into the 11th cycle, etc. Finally, I want to introduce our menu down at the bottom, and this is pretty self-explanatory. The contact contact button will open an email and allow you to contact us by email. The archive is there used to be a discussion forum on ArchNet. When we opened up the site and made it freely accessible without any logins or registration of any kind, it was no longer possible to maintain that kind of a forum which required logins. But there was a lot of useful information there, so that has all been archived. You can click on it and you can go into it and browse it by subject. These, of course, are our most important social media feeds. We have several others as well. You can find them on the ArchNet LibGuide. This is how to contribute, as it indicates. This is our terms of use. This is an introduction to ArchNet and the project. And then the new button, the Help button, which if you click will take you into a page that may change periodically, but it gives you links to information about ArchNet. The first takes you to a collection of videos. These will take you to sites within the MIT libraries that tell you about ArchNet and resources on ArchNet and our frequently asked questions. And then again, the contact link. You can see here a picture of the help function that's available in advanced search by clicking on this question mark over here. And whenever you see the question mark with a circle, it takes you to a help function. So that's the ArchNet interface. More information on each of these things in subsequent videos. We hope that's helpful.